Hello, everybody. This is me, Greg. Today, I want to review the movie I just watched, which is called Ready Player One. And so, I want to go ahead and just explain what I saw and how it plays out to me as fast as possible. Okay, here we go. Number one, Ready Player One. It was number one in nostalgia. I had a lot of nostalgia watching this movie. All my favorite scenes from all the different movies that I love. Not so much favorite scenes, but some characters that I liked. So here are the list of characters that caught my eye, that I loved, that pretty much, that I saw, or things that refer to characters that I saw that I thought was really cool. Number one, Gremlins. Number two, Iron Giant. Number three, Mission Impossible. Number four, Back to the Future. Those were some of the things I saw that I really liked. And so, simply put, those are cool, seeing those things in action. I wish the DeLorean flew a little more, because they could have just flown over the problems and so scored it with the flying DeLorean, which they should have just done, because, the car could fly. Don't know why they limited to not flying, but hey, they should have made the car fly. Oh, also Serenity. They had Serenity there, and that was another nostalgic thing for me as well. Next one, visual effects. So first one was nostalgia, number two is visual effects. It was off the chain. Watching that movie, you've probably already seen it if you haven't already, but I've seen it. I thought it was really cool. So just to let you know that all the visual effects were off the chain. Number three, things I did not understand and things I have to take questions about. Number one, the bodysuit. There's no way that I'm putting a full body bodysuit on into a video game. For real, that thing could knock you out. According to the video, one of the guys got kicked right in the testicles, and that just pretty much almost killed him. So I was saying that's a bad move. And also, it's fake, so what's the whole deal about having, fake, cyber sex kind of thing? I don't understand that. So that didn't happen in the movie, but it could have happened in the movie, and I'm glad it didn't. But, they kind of alluded to that. And number four, I see pretty much the whole Shining illusions. I watched this movie twice, so I was able to, take it in and view it and contemplate what I'm watching the second time around. Because first time I watched it, me and Ames, we watched it, and after we watched it with the kids, and pretty much knew where to avoid all the pitfalls and stuff. The last and the most important thing, which I'm going to leave you on, is the idea of the whole thing about, this is number four, called the elite's push to explain themselves to us, explain their motivation as what they want to do to us, control our minds, and how people try to fight against it. So, for example, in this movie, the whole plot of this movie was one of those things where you have one video game company has made it so that all the people in their lives, and pretty much everybody's life, is loser because the corporations have destroyed, they've said that, have destroyed the whole world, onlooking and everything like that. And what they've done is now they've given people a little opiate, which I've been saying for years, that video games are just nothing but opiates, to keep people from rioting and fighting against the government, which I never really mentioned much in this movie. The government was not mentioned at all. It was all about corporations, which, corporations run the government. So what happens is that in the movie you have a scenario where one corporation has all the power and another corporation wants the power too. And so what they want to do, willing to do anything to get that power, because it's a free-for-all type thing. And, so it's big people versus small people, David and Goliath kind of thing. Then you have a scenario where, okay, finally the people win. And you have, they're trying, and they get to this thing where they get to the end of the game, and, I can't really spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but, pretty much you get to the end of the game, and they tell the people, hey, you know what, go do something real. This isn't real. This is all illusion. Which I'm like, duh. Watch this movie. I know it's not real, But here they're telling people in the movie to stop watching the movie because the movie's not real, But they also say that pretty much you have a thing where when the people gain control, the people who win gain control of the thing. They make it so that, you can turn off this Oasis program, where you can actually have it off unless you choose it on Thursdays, which is like alternate side parking. So that, and it's kind of a mandatory alternate side parking. So if you have nothing to do going on Tuesday, oh, by the way, Oasis is closed. So kind of mill around your life and, don't get into any trouble. But, I've been saying this for years, that, that back in the 60s, the people used to rebel by making music, creatively designing something and putting it against the government, saying, we don't want to go to war, make love, not war, all that stuff, and the whole thing about the brotherhood of man, all that stuff. Then you have later, over many, many course of years, subsidies were given, grants and powers and pats on the back were given, so people can invent video games. And I like my video games. I have my whole God of War thing that I'm playing on my other channel, on my same channel, but, on a different playlist. But, one of the things is that, I don't play it so often. I play it just kind of play through it, give a little story. But for the most part, though, it's an opiate. It keeps people from doing stuff. It keeps people from going out there and accomplishing things, At least this one, they had it whenever they had money. Their money was tied to their real money, so they were making money and they were actually, gaining money and being able to do stuff. Not only just have power-ups, but you had real money in the real world. But it was also a drain where, if you lost all your stuff, you'd lose all your stuff too. So that was like, a little pull there not to want you to die. So it kind of kept you in the game. Anyway, so Ready Player One, and I give it a good rating. I give it about, I say, an 8. I think it was a pretty good movie. I think also about like how, you know, it was fun visual effects wise. I think it was pretty cool. The thing that I don't understand was about the whole suit thing, and also the thing about the girl. Why was the girl playing up to him? Why was she was like playing on up to him? I guess like, you know, just teasing him, if you will. And he's like, "Oh, I love you," and she's like, "You don't know anything about me." But I'm like, dude, what's up with that? You know? Because why is he going to go and, like, I know pretty much people can do whatever they want, but, you know, it's like they were dancing, I guess, but she's like, are you prepared? I'm like, prepared for what? It's a stinking video game. It's like, you're not going to die in this thing. You know, you're probably going to fight some bad guys, but that's kind of it, really. You know? And prepared for what? You know? Prepared to fight the battle coming ahead? But then that whole scene didn't make any sense to me, because it's like, you know, it ended with conflict. It entered with, like, fantasy and it ended with conflict. And I was like, that's weird. Because, you know, he was just like a willing participant. He's like, you know, hey, I'm here, and I like you, and I know you like me too. And said, but you don't know me, so get away. And I was like, oh, I got a scar on my face. Oh, okay, that's really it. You got a scar on your face, and you're disappointed about that. What other flaws do you have in your life that make me want to run away? And that's pretty much the whole story there. I'm like, you know, I was kind of like, okay, this story is great and everything. And watching it a second time, it made a little bit more sense to me. But it did make more sense in terms of, like, you know, she was, like, in essence, teasing him. And she's like, get away from me. So I'm like, okay, but he didn't do anything. He just said, you know, I like you. And then he's like, I'll tell you something that's trustworthy. And then he says, you know, he tells something personal about himself. And she's like, no, you can't do that. Don't tell me anything personal. Oh. And she freaks out. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Okay, so my understanding of that was, like, you know, I don't know where he was supposed to go with that. Like, pretty much just kind of saying, okay, well, that's cool. Let's keep dancing. And, yeah, this bodysuit, I can feel stuff on it. So, yeah, go touch my body all over. And, yeah, okay, well, that's great. You know, you're kind of, like, touching me all over. And, you know, by the way, I really like you. It's like, what? You can't like me? Why can't I like you? Because you don't know anything about me. But, yeah, that's kind of the whole point. We get a chance to talk and get to know each other. And this is kind of a safe space. You know, no one's going to get hurt in this kind of thing. You know, no hurt, but, you know, maybe attachment emotionally. But then it's like, you know, I go through the whole thing, and I'm thinking to myself, man, this is a pretty cool idea. But the negative aspect is that you don't know. Having this bodysuit's a stupid idea, you know? Yeah, you feel the blast, but yeah, you want to feel like you're getting shot. Yeah, that's real good. Or how about you feel like you're getting stabbed? Or how about you feel like you're getting chewed up by some creature? Or how about you getting like crushed to death? That's always fun. I see no purpose of having this bodysuit. It makes no sense to me. I keep seeing the elite keep pushing their agenda, trying to explain themselves and say, hey, this is what we're trying to do, trying to control your mind. And we're going to keep trying to do that. And, oh, by the way, if you figure that out, we're going to make you into an elite too. So you have an opportunity to become an elite. Otherwise, we're going to, you know, destroy you too, or further destroy your mind. So I don't know. I look at this and I say to myself, you know what? All these movies have the same kind of tell. They keep telling about the problems that they're facing, all the situations where they're like, you know, hey, I'm just in the situation where I'm trying my best to do, you know, what I'm trying to do. And here I stumble upon some kind of, like, you know, conspiracy theory. And the conspiracy theory, what it does is, like, makes you open your eyes. Now you can't close your eyes anymore. You understand that this thing is messed up. Like, for example, if you know the water's poison, you just can't drink it. So you're like, okay, now you know the water's poison. You can't go back to being what you were before, drinking water like a happy person. You got to get filtered water and bottled water and all kind of stuff. You just can't drink straight tap no more. Then you, like, realize, okay, you know, the air is poison, and it's like, well, what are you going to do about that? And you realize this detergent is going to cause your skin rash, and this aluminum is going to mess up your body, or some kind of something is going to mess you up. So when you go through all these different things, you're just like, oh my goodness, how do you go back? And then you find out that you uncover a big thing, like, you know, I'm studying flat earth and everything like that, and you start get into all that, and then you realize that, oh my goodness, what have they lied to us about? They've lied to us just about everything, especially when companies tell you, oh, 9 out of 10 things are the best for you, and really all 10 of them are bad for you. So anyway, long story short, Ready Player One was a really cool movie. I say that pretty much about all my movies I watch. I can pretty much like a lot of stuff. I like visual stuff. I'm a visual person. And I like animation and graphics, and especially like Mechagodzilla, which was a great treat to see. Anyway, so, you know, long story short, just want to say thank you so much for listening, and I have more reviews coming for different movies I've seen, and we have seen a lot of movies in the last couple days, so to let you know, more to come. All right, so thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe, and click that little bell icon to let you know when I have more stuff coming out, okay? Usually my Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is ironic when they mention Tuesdays and Thursdays in the movie, are when I have my God of War stuff posting. So have a good day. Talk to you soon, and God bless. Bye-bye. Recording now, okay. Okay, everybody, hi, this is Greg again. This time I'm here with my kids. I just did one review before by myself, you know, in the car, and here's what my kids to give their point of views of different things they saw about the movie Ready Player One that they thought about. So here, just kind of round robin. Go ahead.
If you had virtual reality and like when you fall down a manhole, that like in the game you're like, whoa, you disappear in nowhere, and people are like, what the? Here, Lukey.
They had a situation where they were fighting on the street wearing their virtual reality stuff, you know, and they're fighting on the street. I mean, that's so dangerous. I saw that episode of Mad when he did that once, you know. And they had a thing where they're giving the homeless people virtual reality. And then the guy jumped in front of a truck. He's like jumping into the pool. Anyway, so yeah, so there's that was so messed up. Here, Chloe.
I was thinking like for the people outside, like they could like fall in wet cement, and then the floor would splat, and then the person inside with the treadmill thing, like would walk right next to them and won't even fall in at all.
Like if like you're just walking randomly in this random place and you just fall off a cliff or something and you feel like what? You're like, oh! You're like this. You would go through the floor like, oh! You're like, what the? In real life you would die. In real life you would die, but your character would probably still be there like, what? Your character would be like sliding around the floor or something.
Would be like eyes closed.
If it's on regular floor in a game and then you fall off a cliff, you'd be like.
Or what if like I'm wondering like how do you jump when you're in like remember that guy like the Wade guy where he was in this like the car thing with the floor pad thing. How does he jump? Will he hit the ceiling or something like that?
Well, he snapped his strings.
And how does he sit down too? Like when he's driving that car, how did he sit down? There's no chairs behind him, so he should be like floating.
I think they have him suspended from the roof with a cable or something like that, you know? Some kind of suspension cable. But what I don't understand is that's all well and good when you're like, you know, inside of a container and you can keep from falling into traffic or something. But like, you know, when you have a scenario where it's like you're just by yourself or you're in the room with, you know, you're kind of on the street walking with this thing, that's not such a good thing. That's really not a good thing. That you have something to keep you contained. Okay, what do you guys think about the suit? What do you think about the whole thing with the suit?
I have one more thing to say.
Go ahead, say it.
How do they grab things in the game if it's not even real objects that are holding?
I guess it's like, you know...
It'd be like gun, but...
You got hands like you're holding a gun.
Yeah,
but you don't feel...
You have the glove things. The gloves kind of help with it.
What if you accidentally held up a landmine and when you thought it was a gun and stuff like that? And your character explodes, and then the character's like, "What the?"
No. You're actually just staying there. You're like in real life you explode, but your character is like having an error because like your real life doesn't die. But you can't explode. You just like be there forever.
Okay, I got something else. Also, there's also. What if like a person's like walking, but he doesn't know he's inside the safe area? He's like in the virtual reality place, just walking randomly, but he's just following the game and stuff like that. Yeah. And a whole bunch of biker people hit him. He's gonna be like,
you got a bad situation there, and and
with that bodysuits and stuff like that, with the bodysuit and stuff.
All right. So anyway, that was one of the things. Did you guys see anything that you saw that was nostalgic? Like, they made you think of any movies that you saw?
Gundam.
Yeah, pretty much Gundam. I totally missed Gundam in my last review. Anything else? Oh, Dragon Ball Z! They had Dragon Ball Z in that.
Yeah.
Hami. Okay, and then...
Hami. He said, Harvest Jibsha.
It says something else, I don't know.
Hama. So, anyway,
Harris Surf.
It says something with an S.
Yeah,
it says something with a K in it.
There's a Hami Bukara or something like that, I don't know.
What? Hami Bukara?
That's a new one. Oh, cool. Okay, so any other part of the movie that you thought was really cool? Or that was weird, didn't make any sense?
The suit thing was dumb.
Yeah, the suit things were pretty much...
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Like cannonball in your...
Oh! It would be just better if you just, didn't have the suit and the game still works fine without it.
Yeah.
But somehow, you could get hit and you could still go backwards.
Yeah.
Remember, that
House feeling
thing,
cool.
the mom was playing, as a robot, and she got hit back for some reason.
Yep.
Which is weird because she didn't have the suit on.
Yeah, but she was on the couch. That was exactly what we're saying. She's jumping on the couch. You know, and then and then
But you know the suits.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it was,
so that's weird.
What's up with that?
yeah, I'm telling you,
That's
like,
messed up. It still works without the suit. You don't need the suit.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you have the suit, then the suit's it's dangerous, so it'll mess you up.
Wrecking ball.
Yeah, so okay, so like and I was saying before the whole DeLorean thing. Why didn't DeLorean just fly? DeLorean could have flown the whole time because it's a flying car, man.
Yeah.
The Lord,
Right?
like
The time machine,
Back
but the future time machine. It was the DMC.
Yeah.
Could have flown.
Yeah.
And why didn't it fly? Or they showed him flying, like, oh, I'll go across the ground. But that thing could have been up in the sky, dodging stuff. You know?
Like,
So I was like, boo when I saw that. You know?
Yeah.
All right. So,
I think it's
all right.
like,
All right.
like if the Oasis were actually a real thing, if it was a real thing, like I wouldn't even talk to people. I would just like just enjoy the world. Really, I wouldn't
Yeah.
like, talk to people because it's like dangerous, and they could just like I don't know. Like, remember dumb people like in Minecraft and stuff? They just like throw potions at you and they could kill you if they want.
Yeah.
So if it's like real life, they could do worse.
Yeah, not to mention that every time you would kill somebody in the Oasis, they'd get your coin.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, la 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 la, stab in the back. Oh, I feel that. Oh, it's painful. And they take all your coins. Like, that's not right. They took all my stash. You know?
They'd be stabbing you and then punching you.
So that means everybody's a threat. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, librarian. Oh, the librarian got a shot. Got, you know, you get shot. You know, that's like one
And
of
you
the
actually feel that and you go to the hospital.
Yeah, my chest.
Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's extreme pain.
So there you have it. That's our review. So what do you guys think about the movie overall?
I also got something else.
What you got?
When he was commanding that Gundam thing, he could have picked a bigger Gundam.
Yeah, you could have picked a whole bunch of different Gundams.
Like the Big Zam. That was
Oh
kind
my
of
goodness, he could have done the Big Zam. He could have done like
Or the-
Gato. Gato. He could have done Gato with
I guess
the
he paid for it.
The huge one with the huge claws?
yeah, and the claws coming out, and you know.
Maybe that's the only way you could pay for it or something.
Or he could have done like Mechagodzilla 3. I think Mechagodzilla 1 versus Mechagodzilla 3. There's no contest there. Mechagodzilla 3 would have just totally wiped that number 1. He'd have been like, to kill you. They're made with the bones of Godzilla! You know, so he would have
Grounded and useless.
and then he had all the back gun stuff. He's like, yo, you want to be Godzilla versus Godzilla? Let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Like people be on top of Godzilla and having guns.
What I want to know is what happened to Gizmo. Gizmo was missing.
Oh.
His box was there, but he wasn't in it.
The orbital objectives.
That's messed up.
And what's up with this orb thing? I mean, like, you know, I was thinking, like, you know, if they could have hacked all kind of stuff in that thing. Not to mention, it's like, I was like, whatever, man. It's just too much.
Also, there's like this mess up in like when the evil box guy is like in like ginormous Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla 1.
Yeah. And when like Artemis.
Mm-hmm.
She when she's throwing that bomb thing, he
Yeah.
was like frozen. He
Yeah,
couldn't move.
they were all like just
Oh
kind
my
of sitting there,
goodness.
and he's like, huh? How you doing?
Yeah, he could just
What's
move, and the bomb
up?
missed him. But
Oh,
he,
you're
like,
throwing a little bomb at
frozen.
me.
He had like all the power just to move. But
For
he was
real?
Frozen. It was like, dude.
Still the Rubik's
seriously?
Cube. You could have done that a little earlier.
Yeah,
You
so
could, like, as soon as someone figures out his name, since he says his name, just like do it and like, go back in time so he can just leave or something.
all right. So anybody else want to add anything real quick before we go? What do y'all think the movie was? Like, how you rate it out of 10?
They should use EDF also.
Oh my goodness, they could have done all kind of things. Oh my goodness.
Like the guns of EDF are so good, so massive, and so cool.
But I mean, they had some railguns. They had a railgun one. They did. That railgun was nice.
Should've lived in Planet 2. Yeah.
They only showed the picture of Minecraft. They didn't show any people
Yeah,
of Minecraft.
they just teased us with the Minecraft.
Yes, they didn't
They're like,
They just played for them.
they're like, we're gonna show you something you can't have. Booyah! You know. Anyway, it's a pretty interesting movie. The original concept, I like the concept idea. They say video games are not just for the beaten, but for the plain. So you play video games because you want to, I guess not really escape life, but enjoy an alternate universe type thought. Yeah, and elites want to control our minds. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's what I learned. So either beat the elites or become one of them. That's what the whole message is. Beat them, and in the end, they become elites. So they are ruling class 2 now, baby. All right, so anyone else? Anybody else? What would you rate it? An 8, 9, 10? 1, 2, 3?
I think a 6.
Okay, cool. Taz, give it a 6. Abby?
Okay,
cool, cool.
It was cool, but like some things I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Like most of them I understand. But like it was cool. Like yeah, so I'll give it like 8,
Okay. All right, Chloe?
6.
Okay, why'd you give it a 6?
The reason why
Because why did they even think of that weird bodysuit anyway?
It's just the way it is. They want to, I don't know, get people to feel real in a video game, I guess, which is kind of stupid.
Or die real.
Die real, like, you know. It's like, oh, my chest! The thing's crushing my chest! Oh, that feels so good!
And what about the lava?
Oh, yeah, what about the lava?
How would that feel for
That-
a bodysuit? You'd be like, it pain's unbearable!
What if your head got cut off or something?
Well, they didn't have it on their face, apparently. Because they like punch in the jaw. Oh,
Was it
my
on your neck, right?
jaw!
Was it around your neck or something? Like by your neck area? So like, what if you got cut in half? You'd be like,
Oh, that would just be messed up. You'd be like, you feel the pain, like, ah! As it crawls across your stomach from your left side, your right, it's like, ah! I'm thinking about getting chewed up. Squished to death by something.
Like the T-Rex, like the T-Rex in the race thing.
Mm-hmm.
How that would have been for your full bodysuit thing.
Yeah.
All the teeth crushing against you and stuff, and then ripping you apart.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also when King
Inside
Kong
your
hits you,
own car.
when King Kong hits you with his fist, he's like, da-da-da, kabliga. You know?
It waves you.
He was like, boom!
Oh!
I was like, that's a wrap. That is really a wrap.
You're mashed like a
It is.
pancake.
You're mashed.
yeah,
And
it's like,
how do you even get up after that?
what
You
if
know?
you got run over by a car? It's like,
You would just your stomach would hurt so bad.
yeah.
I think okay,
Well,
the
that's
suit,
not right.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Just
All right.
without the suit.
I decided to. Okay, so pretty much that's it. Luke,
Yeah.
you have anything you want to say?
Vicky, anything you want to say?
You like Godzilla? All right, cool. That's good. All right, talk to you later. All right, thanks for listening. And we were saying two days. What?
Well, bye.
Okay, bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.